This classic puzzle book niche is gaining momentum on Amazon, and today I'll show you why you should be paying attention. In a previous video, I introduced you to the word fill-in puzzle book niche, and I showed you how to create them using a simple but powerful tool. That tutorial focused on the basic version, and it was enough to get you started publishing. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll put a link down in the description so you can watch that first. But since then, many of you asked, what else can this tool really do? And the truth is, there's a lot more under the hood. This isn't just about creating another generic activity book, it's about using advanced features to mix and match themes, generate unique puzzle variations, and create books that stand out in a market that's still wide open. So in this video, I'll show you the research behind why this niche is growing. I'll give you examples of books that are performing well right now, and then I'll walk you through the upgraded version of the tool so you can see exactly how to create diverse, professional quality puzzles in just a few clicks. Because once you see how simple this is, you'll understand why this classic puzzle book niche is quietly becoming one of the best opportunities on KDP right now. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, if you remember from my last video, I showed you the general word fill-in puzzle book, but in this one, I niched down a little bit so I could give you something a little bit less competitive. Even though the previous one is not competitive at all, but this one is even less competitive. This one is word fill-in puzzle book for seniors. So technically you can make the exact same type of book, but if you direct it and market it towards seniors, well, you could probably find yourself ranking a little bit higher and a little bit quicker within Amazon so that your book can actually be seen and it can be sold. Now with the total results, 607. So that's a lot lower than the general word fill-in puzzle book niche. This is gonna be way less competitive. And if you notice here, the average bestsellers rank is still very decent, right hovering at 300,000. So that means on average, the books here on the first page have a bestsellers rank of 300,000. And that's kind of what I look for. I look for 3 or more KDP books here that all have that bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below. For example, this one right here, independently published, meaning it's a KDP book with bestsellers rank 16,284. So this tells me that people are looking for this book, they're buying this book, and it's resulting in a low BSR. Now the one right after it, also independently published, this one for seniors and young adults, 51,936. So that's another example of a high performing book. And the one right after that, independently published with a bestsellers rank of 65,000. This one is specifically marketed for seniors. So this is going to be a great example right here of a book doing very well in this specific niche. Now we have another one right here ranked at 102,000. This one is marketed for seniors, but as well adults. And that's what I was saying earlier, is that you can make a word fill-in puzzle book, just a general one, and just market it to seniors, and that'll be perfectly okay. Another one, puzzle book for seniors, 170,000. Another one right here, this one a little bit higher at 600,000. We have another one right here ranked at 233,000. This one's 300,000. And then this one right here, 78,000. So as you can see, lots of high performing books here. And if we scroll all the way back up, I look for a niche score of at least 50, and Titan's Quick View says 71. So a lot of potential here. Titan's Pro Analysis says demand is a 5, opportunity is an 8. So if you're having trouble marketing to the generic word fill-in puzzle book, try out this one. Now let's take a look at this word fill-in puzzle book. This one is specifically for seniors, and this one has a bestsellers rank of 65,390. So that's good for 30-day royalties from Titan's Quick View, $122 to $184 per month at this current ranking, and the 30-day sales 120 to 180 copies per month. Now I often see that Titan's Quick View tends to underestimate these royalties, and I'll show you that in a bit. Also, what I like to do is I like to look right here on this graph, and I like to kind of go backwards and look at it at a bigger glance here and kind of see where it ranked the lows here. So we've seen 38,000 is currently ranking in the 60s. So when you look at the bestsellers rank, keep in mind that this 65,000 changes multiple times per day. And so on average, if this book were to rank 65,000 for the month, this is the kind of royalties that you should expect it to make. Now this puzzle book is very simple. Like I showed you in the previous video, you're really gonna have one page here with all of your words, and it's categorized by how many letters those words have, and then the actual puzzle. And sometimes you have clues. So this one has 3 clues, or actually just one word as the clue. And then you try to fit in all of these words in here perfectly into this grid so that no words are missing and everything fits perfectly. And that's basically the name of the game. As you can see, they're all pretty much looking the same, just different words. And if you notice the words, there's really, at least for this book, no type of theme. They're just all kind of random words. I don't even know if some of these words are real, but that's a chance right there to go ahead and maybe differentiate yourself and create themes for this puzzle. Now some details of the actual book. This one's priced at $9.99 and 50 puzzles. 2-page layout per puzzle. So this is going to be 1 page for words and 1 page for the grid. And this is going to be 175 pages in total print length at 8.5 by 11 inch size. Now, if we go to KDP's royalty calculator, we can actually find the estimated royalties for this book. So if we go put in the details, paperback, black and white interior with white paper, trim size is inches, trim size right here, 8.5 by 11 inches. And the marketplace, I'm gonna go Amazon.com. And the page count for this book is 175 with the list price being $9.99. So when I submit that, I'm looking right here, Amazon.com marketplace. This is where most of the sales will happen anyways. The estimated royalty is going to be $2.02. So if we go ahead and put that into the calculator, this is the price per royalty that's paid out per book sold. And we're going to multiply that by the 30-day sales estimated right here by Titan's Quick View. So we're going to use 180. So we're going to see at this current ranking, if that holds up for the month, it's going to see about $363 in pure royalties for the month. And that's a little bit higher than Titan's Quick View's estimate here of 184. All right, so now that we've looked at why this niche is gaining momentum and seen some of the books already performing well, here's where things really get interesting. In my last video, I showed you the basic version of this tool, and that alone was enough to create publishable puzzle books, but the upgraded version takes things to a whole new level. With it, you can generate these puzzles faster in one go, and you're not just limited to standard layouts. You can combine different themes, customize difficulty, and generate puzzles that feel fresh and unique every single time. And the best part is that it doesn't make the process any harder. In fact, it's just as simple, only now you have way more creative control. So let me walk you through the upgraded tool in action so you can see exactly how much easier and more powerful this makes creating puzzle books for KDP. Now, this is the tool right here. This is the word fill-in generator. And if you remember from the previous video, a lot of these options right here were locked. Also, these categories were all shaded out, so it actually looked kind of like this right here. So with this upgraded version, it actually unlocks some of these categories right here, which all have a lot of words within the categories. So with this one, you actually have more options than just 3 book sizes. You can actually go right here, hit more, and you can play around with this. You can go from 5 to 50. So to give you an idea, let me go to 30 and show you what that looks like. So now you can make something more complicated, something more advanced, and you can go all the way to 5 to make it super easy. Now, if I reset that, now we have this grid size, all the same right here. You have your small, your medium, and your large. Now, depending on the type of puzzle that you're gonna make and the level of difficulty that it's gonna be, you're going to change this grid size around. But for this tutorial, I'm gonna keep it to medium. Now, with the number of randoms, this is basically how many puzzles you want it to produce. So you have 1, 2, and 3. So with the previous video, the basic version only allows you 1 random puzzle. So you'd have to download it, put it into Canva, and then create another one, download it again. And it's more of a manual process, but here you can go up to 100. So if I put 100 in here, give it a few seconds, and you're gonna see right down here, the count is 100. So if I scroll down, you're gonna see all of these puzzles it generated in literally just a few seconds. Now the number of hints was locked at 1 before, but now we can adjust it from 0 to 3. And where that actually is here in the puzzle. If you notice, we have 1 letter right here. That is the hint. Now we can do up to 3, and you're going to see here are the hints right there. Or you can go all the way to 0, just make it a blank grid. Now for the number of letters, we can change this from 2 to 20. And so I just keep that exactly where it is. Now, if you want to just do a simple puzzle, and let's say you're creating one for kids, then you can put the max characters here of letters lower to maybe something like 10. Now for the create mode, number right here is still locked. There is still one more version higher than this, and this really unlocks this tool because then you get to create something that not a lot of people have access to or have created on Amazon KDP, and that is with numbers. But for right now, we're just focusing on the words. We have categories that have been unlocked, making it easy for us to go ahead and just create these word fill-in puzzles. And you can uncheck any of these if you want. So for example, if you just wanted to work on a theme of countries and cities and you want, let's say, 20 puzzles on that, you could just click, have this one selected, make sure up here it says 20, unselect all of these other themes or these categories. And so your words will only be words of countries and cities. Now, when we get down here, we can go ahead and customize the grid layout. So for the cell color, that is this background color right here. If you wanted to change it around, you can do something like, let's say, let's make this black and let's make the block color white. And then let's make the font white. And then let's make the stroke color white as well. And as you can see, you can change it up and do something like this. But if I go ahead and just reset this, here in the words section, we don't have access to this yet. This is reserved for the highest tier. Now, if you want me to go ahead and show you the highest tier of this tool, which will actually unlock this number feature, which changes the game completely, let me know, comment down below so I can make a video on that. Like the previous video, all you need to do now is just create, let's do 100. Here is the puzzle that goes into the book, and here are the words that go into the book. But this one is also reserved for the highest tier. However, this is not an issue because once you download this, it'll actually give you the text file to all these words, which we can just go ahead and copy and paste. So once you have all of your puzzles, all you have to do, click right here, download. And within the folder, you're gonna see all of the files. You have your file for your puzzle, your solve, and then the text file for the words. So if I show you what this looks like, here is what goes into the book. And then this can go in the solutions portion, making it very, very simple. And as you can see, all the way down to 100, making it super easy to build this book. If you want to try this tool out for yourself and you want to start creating these word fill-in puzzle books, I'll leave the link to this tool down below. Just keep in mind that this version that I'm showing you is the upgraded version of the basic tool. Now, all we need to do is to arrange these puzzles onto the page. And so I like to use Canva for this. You can create a free account if you don't already have one. I'll put the link down below. But for this book, since I'm not going to be using bleed for the interior, the size is going to be 8.5 by 11 inches. So I'm going to create that new design. And I'm not going to bore you with all of the introductory pages of this book. I'm just going to show you how you can put these puzzles on this page as well as create a solutions page. So if we go back to the folder that we have, very simple. You can go ahead and just start with the first puzzle right here. You can just drag it onto the screen. It'll show up like that. What I like to do, I like to add a page and drag the solution to this page down here. And I'm just gonna leave it to the top. I'm gonna leave this to the top as well. And since we're making a book for seniors, typically they're gonna want more space, larger print. So for this one, I'm just gonna make it one puzzle per page. I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to put a little bit of space there so I can name it and then have a little space on the bottom for the words. Now with the words, open up that word text file right here and you're going to get all these words. We're just going to copy all of this, go back to Canva, hit text, add a body of text, and then go ahead and paste it in here. And then I'm just going to make the font smaller. Now this is where we're gonna have to adjust a little bit. So we're gonna have to go ahead and make these smaller and just duplicate the words. And once you duplicate the words, you can go ahead and take out the last one right there and just keep doing this. Once you duplicate the next one, duplicate, put that over here and take out this one. Or what we could do is we can go ahead and add another page and we can just put all of the words onto this page. So instead of doing it like this, where we're smashing it all into one page, we can dedicate one page for the words, which makes it a lot easier. So now we just have to cut this up into maybe 2 boxes here. So I'm going to take away the number 6 up until here. And then this one is going to be 7. So we're going to go ahead and delete all these. And then now that we have both of these, I'm just going to put them closer together. We're going to go ahead and enlarge it like that. Let's close this down like this. I want to center it as best we can. Put it on the bottom more like that. And then what I'm going to do, add a text box, and we're going to do puzzle 1. Just make it a little bit smaller. Just put it up here like that. I'm going to bold these parts right here so they know which ones are 3 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters, 6 letters, and so on and so forth. And then back up here, we can go ahead and make this a little bit bigger, center it, and grab this one right here, duplicate it, and then we can put it up here. And this is the process of putting these together right here. So you do this with all your puzzles. And then once you get to the solutions, we're going to go ahead and copy this. We could put 2 to a page, or we could put maybe 4 to a page. So for example, if we had 4 here, because we don't want the solutions to be taking up too much of the interior. So if we can kind of maximize our space, that's probably the best case scenario. So I would say 4 to a page, it's still legible. I think the customer will still be able to see these solutions. And then we would just put which puzzle's which. So this one's puzzle 1, and then we have puzzle 2 here, puzzle 3 here, and then puzzle 4 right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and space this out a little more. Puzzle 2, puzzle 3, and puzzle 4. And then this would be the solution pages. And this is what it's going to look like. So once you just keep doing this process, like I said, you can create up to 100 puzzles per generation. Just going to do the same process where you put that puzzle on the first page, name it, and then the second page, you go ahead and create a text box, copy and paste those words into here, name it, and then you have your solution pages at the end of the book. Now, if you're just doing 1 puzzle per page, you could probably get away with just 50 puzzles. And so as you can see, this is more than enough because this is 100 puzzles right here. And then all you'd have to do is create a cover for this and have your upload details ready so that you can go ahead and submit it to Amazon. And then once you have all that together, this book can be live within 72 hours. So that's the word fill-in puzzle book niche, a classic puzzle that's been around for decades, but it's only now starting to gain traction on Amazon. With the upgraded tool, creating these books is no longer a complicated process. It's fast, it's flexible, and it gives you the chance to publish puzzles that readers actually enjoy. If you want to take it to the next step, download my free KDP royalty roadmap. The link is in the description. It's the exact process that I've used to publish thousands of books and cross 6 figures in royalties, and it'll save you time figuring things out on your own. And as always, remember, results will vary. Some books will do better than others, but if you're looking for niches with real staying power and tools that make the process easier, this is the kind of opportunity worth exploring. If this video helped you see what's possible, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.